Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something pretty interesting. It sits right at the crossroads of finance, tech, and yeah, even politics. Our goal here is simple: unpack the facts, figure out the implications of this crypto project that's been, well, making some noise. Okay, so let's lay it out. We're talking about American Bitcoin. It's a cryptocurrency, and the notable thing is its connection to Donald Trump. The big news: they've managed to raise a huge amount, $220 million, and now it looks like they're seriously eyeing a public listing. Now, here's why this should grab your attention. It's not just another crypto story. Our sources are pointing out how Trump's association is really drawing eyes to this, and it seems to reflect this bigger goal, maybe, of mixing crypto with the traditional financial world.
Absolutely. And what's really fascinating, I think, isn't just the number, the $220 million, although that's obviously significant. It's more about what it signals. This move by American Bitcoin towards going public with that kind of backing, it really underscores a growing institutional interest in crypto. We're talking serious players potentially getting comfortable here.
Right, that institutional comfort level is key. So the public listing aspect, let's dig into that. For you listening, especially if you follow crypto, this isn't like the old token sales, is it? What does trying to go public actually mean for a crypto project? How does it differ from, say, the ICO boom days? And like, what regulatory hurdles might American Bitcoin face?
Yeah, exactly. Good question. Back in the day, many projects used initial coin offerings, ICOs, right? And those often operated in let's say a less defined regulatory space. A public listing, though, that implies playing by the established rules. We're talking securities laws, potentially oversight from bodies like the SEC. It's not just about raising funds anymore. It's about seeking legitimacy. It's about attracting a different kind of investor, maybe more traditional ones, institutions who need that regulatory checkbox tick to want audited financials. Just the fact they're trying to go this route says a lot about their ambition to be seen alongside traditional stocks.
Okay, so it's a bid for legitimacy, for mainstream acceptance. And then you layer on this unique political dimension. We've seen celebrity endorsements before, sure, but a direct link to someone like Donald Trump, that feels pretty new for crypto. How does that kind of high-profile political connection change things for its perception, its reach, maybe even how regulators look at it?
Well, it's definitely a double-edged sword, no question. The sources suggest the association brings massive visibility. Sure, it could absolutely energize a specific group of investors who align with him. That gives it a kind of built-in audience, instant brand recognition almost. But it also makes the asset inherently political, doesn't it? That might turn off other potential investors or market segments. And yeah, it could invite extra scrutiny from regulators. They might view it differently than, say, a politically neutral tech project. We're just observing how the market reacts here, of course, not taking any sides. But the attention, positive and negative, it's intense.
Intense is a good word for it. It really is a fascinating case study, isn't it? Crypto pushing into the mainstream, powered by serious money and this incredibly visible political tie-in. So wrapping this up a bit, what's the main takeaway for you listening at home? What does this American Bitcoin story tell us about where the market might be heading?
Well, if you look at the bigger picture, it really highlights that crypto isn't just some fringe tech thing anymore, not just for early believers. When you see this kind of money flowing in and projects actively pursuing traditional financial structures like public listings, it signals the market is maturing. We're trying to, anyway. And that brings up a really interesting question for you to think about. As more of these well-funded crypto projects, maybe even ones with strong mainstream or political links, try to go public, how might that fundamentally change things? How could it reshape traditional investment portfolios? And maybe even shift the whole public perception of digital assets in the years ahead.
That's a great point to ponder those blurring lines between the digital and traditional financial worlds. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into crypto's sometimes bumpy march towards the mainstream.